Hey, I'm Father John Muir. Welcome to Catholic Breakfast. Today, I want to talk a little bit about Our Lady of Fatima and the power of prayer and fasting. We're creeping up on the 100th anniversary of the last apparition of the Blessed Virgin Mary to 3 kids in Fatima, Portugal. Gosh, a lot you could say about this. It's kind of a historic moment that we're around now with the centenary of this amazing, still dumbfounding and spellbinding event. Here's the basic backdrop of the story, and I'll make one little point about what the story means. In 1917, from May 13th to October 13th, the Blessed Virgin Mary miraculously appears to 3 young children in Fatima, Portugal. They were like preteens, and her message to them was basically the human race is turning away from God, and to avoid a calamity, she's calling people back to prayer and offering sacrifices in reparation for sin. Our sort of cynical, postmodern, materialist approach is, well, obviously they're crazy, and that never happened, or the miraculous things like that don't happen. The Blessed Virgin Mary appearing, it sounds like some story about her appearing in like a tortilla or a toast or something. Here's my response to that. One, do some reading on it, because there are some very hard to explain phenomena, like 500 people seeing the sun spinning and dancing around at the same time. People even 20 miles away saw something very amazing happening there. I'm not sure how much really good scientific research has been done on those phenomenon, but there's still reason to believe that something very extraordinary happened there, even from just a scientific approach. We can't just rule out things like that ahead of time. But let's say something really miraculous did happen there and the Blessed Virgin Mary did appear. Why in the world would she say this message about prayer and fasting, offering reparation for sin? Let's call to mind some of the big picture things here. God creates the human race to be made in his image and likeness, to reflect something of his truth, goodness, and beauty. When human beings turn away from God, they inevitably turn away from truth to falsity, from goodness to badness, from beauty to ugliness. What is prayer? What's prayer? Prayer is a conscious turning to God. When a human being freely turns to God in trusting relationship, then part of the human race is coming back online. We tend to think of ourselves as like each human being is a radical individual cut off from the rest of humanity. Well, is that really the case? We're more like a family. When one good thing happens, everybody experiences something of that goodness. When a bad thing happens to somebody in a family, we all experience something of the badness. Prayer helps bring us back online. What about fasting? What about offering reparation for sin, which is what Our Lady of Fatima asked the kids to do? Well, if something's broken in humanity, if something's offline, if we tend towards bad things, racism, exploitation of the poor, what's happening there but what is due to God, justice, truth, etc., some created thing is being turned away from God and is going in a different direction. When you fast or make reparation for sin, it's a symbolic offering to God, a giving back to God of something in creation. Now, do we know the exact spiritual physics of how that works or what good it does? No. But we know that the Queen of Heaven, the Blessed Mother, asked us to do this. The consolation that I think we can take out of the 100th anniversary of Our Lady of Fatima is God knows what's happening in human affairs. He sends people to help us. He sends the Blessed Virgin Mary into human history at propitious moments, because he loves us and because he cares about us. But, here's the second point, but human freedom matters. God doesn't simply intervene and fix everything. He loves us so much that he invites us to use our freedom for our good and for the good of others. What's the best use of our freedom in light of the 100th anniversary of Our Lady of Fatima? Pray and offer sacrifices in reparation for sin. Do we know that's exactly why those things are healing things? No. But are they good things to do? Yes.